Welcome to the Group Benefit Services HR Connect onboarding and online enrollment systems. As the employer, you will receive a username and password from Group Benefit Services via email. And from there will also be included a link that will direct you to this welcome page. On the welcome page, you enter your username and password, which will then take you to the GBS Access portal. GBS Access portal will also allow you to do your HR Connect onboarding as well as your online enrollment. For purposes of this demo, we will start with the HR Connect access, which is where you will go to start your onboarding. So once you click HR Connect on the left frame of the GBS Access options, you will see your HR Connect dashboard. And again, this will be specific to a company. The dashboard screen shows the requisition status. It shows the applicant status and the unread applicant days. The requisition status is what lets you know which job postings, or as we call it, job requisitions, are either open or on hold or possibly filled or no longer needed, because that's the status that your either HR manager or department manager has selected for that job posting. The applicant status shows you for applicants that have come through either Career Builder, Indeed, or whichever job board you post to. The applicant status shows whether your manager has now viewed that application, whether they have interviewed that applicant, or they've either made an offer to that applicant. Also, if you put that application on hold, there will also be an applicant status of hold. The unread applicants days shows you applicants that are still outstanding. Their applications have not been read by the HR manager or by that job posting manager. There is also the option for Select Manager Dashboard. And this is where you can view this dashboard by your specific department managers. Again, when you first enter dashboard, it comes in the way you had us set it up. Either it will be the HR manager, or we can also include the dashboard set up for all of your managers. But you can specify that and select which job postings are still available based on the manager. On the top left corner, you will also see a Managers tab. And this is where, when I talk about setting up your managers, this is where you would just put in demographic information for that specific manager, be it their name, phone number, email address. We can also deem the notification levels for your managers. So do they want to be notified when all applications come through for their job postings, or do they only want to receive notifications that come directly from the HR manager? And also tied to each manager is a department. Departments are set up at a different tab. And we link the department to the manager as we saw in the previous tab. And from here, you specify, in this case, for example, we have the bakery for Bethany Cafe, and we said that the department name is bakery, which manager could be the primary. You can have more than one manager set up for this department. And on the frame here, you will see the primary manager and the secondary manager, and any notes that you may need included. We can set this information up for you. It's very simple, or we can show the HR manager how to set this up. Next, we move on to the personnel requisitions. The personnel requisition is your actual job posting, your job title, the job requisition request. In my example here, I will show you one that has been completed. You just complete the job title information, which departments, basic demographic information specific to this job, as far as, who it's requested by, the date that the job was approved, the job status, whether it's a permanent position, if you're replacing someone, part-time, full-time, anything like that. The compensation we also allow you to include there. And then recruitment resources is just for information purposes only. If you would like to state that you are doing this as an internal posting, a newspaper posting, social media, and you can date it for your records. Internal notes, we've just allotted space for that. And then the short job description, that's what will be posted on the web. And by web, I'm referring to CareerBuilder or Indeed. The job description, that's even longer, I'll show you where this shows on the dashboard system for the onboarding process. Once you create your job, you just either click this to create a job from create a new job from an existing job, or if you wanted to make changes to one that's already built. Above that, you will see this link. And the link is what is used. You attach this into your CareerBuilder or Indeed or Monster, and that will take you to this page that now is available to the applicants that are searching for a job. The short description that you listed is this brief overview, and then the long description is what comes up here for the full job description. And on the right, you'll see more jobs. These are all the jobs that are posted right now and available for Bethany Cafe. So these would be all the jobs that are posted for your specific company, and of course you can have more than one posted at once. When that applicant clicks on a specific job, the description will come up based on what you posted in the personnel requisition. Your applicant would click Apply Now, and they would receive an application for employment. Let's add an applicant. And there are required fields here that the applicant must complete. And then the employment experience, it would be great if they can fill in that information. However, we currently do not require this because they can just upload their resume. But we do require that they initial the employment conditions at the bottom of the screen. And that would be their electronic signature. And once they click next, they're brought to a page where they can then upload their resume and a cover letter if they would like to, and complete the I am not a robot. And then they'll receive this message: your application has been submitted. So what happened in that case is an email then went to this applicant saying, thank you so much, Kevin Smith, for posting an application to our website. Someone will be in contact with you. Alongside of that, an email goes to either that HR manager or the department manager based on how they specified, that lets them know Kevin Smith just applied for your position. Here's his information. So going back to that manager's dashboard, we now have the applicant list. So now at the applicant list, at the top of the list, you will see your new applicant will be posted. This applicant list shows you all the applicants that are current or past that have come through this portal. In this case, we're looking at your new applicant, and you'll see who the primary manager is, your secondary manager if there is one. Currently, you're looking at if the application has been reviewed, if the person has been interviewed, if their application has been placed on hold, and any other information that would be applicable to that applicant. You would click on View Job Application, and then you will view that applicant. At this screen, you would be able to see there is an applicant reviewed, checkbox, applicant on hold, just as we saw on the applicant list before. So here, when you come through to your applicant, you'll see Add or View Documents. This is where it'll show you where that applicant posted their resume, and again, if they also posted a cover letter. You can click on that to view their resume or cover letter. Once you've reviewed that, you check Applicant Reviewed. Now you want to refer it to the manager if you are the HR manager, or you want to just go ahead and request an interview now from this applicant. Click on that option, and a screen will pop up asking you if you want a phone interview or an office interview. If you want to interview with the HR manager or you want them to have the interview with the department manager, you can select 8 options, time, and then you'll see at the bottom of the screen is a generic email. You can make changes to the text that's within this email. It is just a Word document. And once you've completed that, you've reviewed it, you hit send, and that will then send an email out to your applicant requesting the interview. Once you've sent that email, that interview request, you can come back to your applicant list. And we also have available for you an interview form. So when your applicant comes in, you can use this generic interview form that we have available to you. Or if you have your own interview form, you can certainly use that. Once that's completed, you just check off that the applicant's been interviewed. And now you want to approve or decline your applicant. And what will happen here is if you decline the applicant, you click on the decline feature here, and an email will go out to them to let them know, we appreciate your applying for the position. We thank you. We'll let you know if anything comes up in the future. Best of luck. You send that, and that applicant is completed. If you choose to approve the applicant, there's a job offer. You fill in the hire date you want them to start. If it's a variable work week, you can enter the work days. If not, just fill in the work days that you want them to appear for. Filling the start date, start time, if it's a paid lunch, pay frequency, and the salary. When you click Generate Letter, that information goes now into another generic letter that we've created for you. And as you can see, it'll show the hourly rate, the payroll frequency, your standard work week, time, and hours that you have listed above. If everything looks good, you can hit send. If you need to make changes, you can certainly go ahead and do so and then hit send. Once you send that, an email will be sent to that applicant for their review. As an example, you will see the job offer email that your applicant receives, and it has all the data specific to the position. And it also shows you the new hire documents that are required. And below, there is a link to accept or decline the position. In this case, we're going to accept the position. And it will take us to the account setup. This is what your applicant will now do, because from here, they will begin to set up their onboarding of the required IRS documents, and then they will move into the online enrollment piece. So they will create a username and password. It will bring them to a login screen, and they will see welcome applicant. This is now, like I said, it's going to take them through to complete the onboarding and then begin their online enrollment, which will give them the benefit selection for the effective date based on the waiting period of the group. So here your applicant will select new employee orientation, welcome aboard. It's just some basic information letting them know that they're going to be filling out the tax documents next. You come right here and you see the tax documents, which will include your I-9, your W-4, and they're specific by state. And if your employer also has a direct deposit form that they would like their new applicants to complete, they can download those forms here, and they would then, once completed, upload them to the site. Once your applicant has uploaded those forms, this is now the additional information that is required from them. Some of it is required, and that is noted with the asterisk next to the selection. An e-signature And then they will enter their new hire enrollment, online enrollment, electronic signature policy screen. So once your employee has completed the EEO information and did their electronic signature, they will then be sent to the employee benefit portal screen. And this is where now they can go in and select their benefits as a new hire. So in the message center on the top left, it would show how many days they have remaining as a new hire. Those days would include their waiting period days as well as 30 days that they have outside of that effective date. So wherever the hire date begins is what calculates this new hire days remaining. It'll also show My Benefits option, which at this time they have no benefits. You see the employee benefit activity, and that's really where your new hire would go, is to the new hire enrollment. Click on that link, and they will be presented with the electronic signature policy. Here, they would want to accept and proceed to benefit elections, because right now they have no benefits entered here, and they're going to continue as a new hire. When your new hire clicks New Hire Enrollment, he will be brought to the medical plan election page. The medical plan is the first plan on the benefit options. For this test group, we've put in as many different benefits that are available. Any group can certainly have more or less. In this case, this new hire comes to the medical plan election page. Here they'll be able to see all the plans that are available to them. When you're on your medical plan election page, being that this is the first plan option, on the left side you'll see a benefit options column which lists all the plans that are available to your new hire. There is a legend at the bottom that shows if plans have a green check next to them. That means they're elected. The red question mark, they're pending, or an X, there will be for declined plans. In this case, you'll see on the left options, the life insurance, AD&D, and STD benefits have a green check mark. For this group, those are company paid plans. So as soon as that new hire completed and got to this page, he automatically received those company paid benefits. Again, that's specific to this account. It can be set up either way for any account. Here at the medical plan election page, the plan names are listed. There's a view or compare option for your applicant or your now new hire to see the difference in the summary of benefits by plan. And we also include in that the monthly premium, the employer cost, the employee cost, or per pay deduction. If you select, click on all three to compare, it brings up a side-by-side comparison of the benefits that lists the type of plan, the network, in-network, out-of-network charges, office visit costs, all of that specific to each plan. So it's a good way for your employee to now see a comparison as well as the premiums by plan to help them with their selection. On the medical plan election page, you will notice that the plans are all highlighted. That's a link to the summary of benefits that they can select and see the benefits that are available for that plan. Here is also listed the payroll deduction frequency, and it would show the effective date of this plan based on the waiting period. We're going to add a dependent, add in the dependent's demographic information, you confirm it, and there you will be able to now see your dependent is added for this page. If you have other dependents you want to add, you can certainly do that. There is a search for provider option on this page. When you click on search for provider, it will take you to that carrier specific find a doctor page. So in this case it's Care First, it took you to Care First page. So here your coverage level is shown as individual. You can compare, and here you see where all the coverage levels, all the premiums are based on the individual coverage level. And then if we click on that dependent, You'll see the coverage level and the rates now changed. We'll move on to the next plan. In this case, it's the HRA. It's auto-enrolled. We select next. You do the same thing at your dental plan as you did for the medical. You can view and compare. Select your vision. And now we look at the company paid life plans. You don't elect or decline because it's company paid. There is no option. But what we will need to complete are the beneficiaries, either the primary or contingent beneficiaries, and you hit next. And then the same thing for the AD&D. You need to enter your beneficiaries, as this is a company paid plan as well. Hit next. Use STD, and here we have the voluntary LTD. We're going to decline, and there are a list of decline reasons. And your employee life plans. At your employee life plans, you'll see the minimum, the maximum, whatever the increment range is. In this case, the guaranteed issue amount. And this employee is coming through, and he decided that he wants to get $250,000 where his guaranteed issue is $200,000. When he enters that $250,000, this message comes up. And because this message came up, an email is sent to the employer to let them know, hey, this employee now wants to apply for evidence of insurability to get a benefit over the guaranteed issue amount. However, at this time, the employee cannot do it, so he would hit OK. And then he would have to clear that field and enter an amount that is valid up until the guaranteed issue. Calculate the cost, and then hit next. And that's the email that comes to that employer letting them know. He now completes his beneficiaries for that life plan. If he's electing spousal life, fine. If not, you just decline it. Same for dependent life, elect or decline. Enter the amount that's available. And you can see the cost calculation of the per pay breakdown as you go through when you select calculate cost. Complete the beneficiaries for the dependent life, if there's more than one. And in this case, we move on to dependent care FSA. There is an FSA calendar that shows you all the calendar dates that are remaining for that benefit. And the employee can pick based on the calculation of the per pay amount or the plan year contribution for what's remaining. They hit next, and they come to the benefit confirmation page. And as you can see on the left, all the benefits that they elected or declined are either checked, or there's an X and it matches the confirmation. You hit confirm, and it'll take you to the benefit summary page. And that's the summary of all the benefits that your new hire has now elected, and it'll show the effective dates. It shows their beneficiaries, and they can print that. And when they return to the dashboard, you'll now see that new hire enrollment is completed. In this case, the group is also in open enrollment, so now he would need to come back through and select his benefits that would be effective for that group's open enrollment date. And that's the end of the onboarding into new hire application. Thank you.